up, guys, and welcome back to Skins in the Game. I'm Tim. That's J-Dubs. How you doing today, J-Dub?
I'm doing good. I actually got pickleball lessons today for the first time, and
Pickleball is a great sport.
it is, and
It's a lot of fun.
I think I'm gonna like it. It was very confusing, but hitting a wiffle ball, man, it's like I'm thinking like a tennis ball. Like you can spike it. No, you can't. It is a wiffle ball, but it was fun. How was your day?
Not too bad. Just we're working a lot, man. We're busy at work, which is good. And then, of course, it's happening right when we're in the swing of football season. So you're trying to keep up with football. But yesterday, I was like, I am so tired, getting like 3-4 hours of sleep, maybe 5 if I'm lucky. I just decided to take last night and just slept a ton. So I actually was able to watch a lot of film this afternoon of the two different games, so our game and the Lions game. So we'll get some thoughts on those.
I'm sure you do.
Anyway, we'll go around the NFL. We'll do the Washington-Jacksonville review. Then we'll go ahead and get into some Washington Lions preview, weekly picks with spread with J-Dubs and Weddle to end it. But we're going to start, as we do every show, with the dad joke of the week.
The pickings are getting slim. All right, which is faster, heat or cold?
No idea.
Cold. Or heat's faster because you can catch a cold.
What's up, Redskins fan? What's good? Anthony Johnson. I love how everyone's picking the Lions to beat us. For now on, I want every team we face to be the favorite to win, and I want them to look at it and be fired up. Motivation to prove the haters wrong. Timothy says, the fact that we're 1.5-point dogs against the Lions is crazy. Let them keep sleeping on us. Yeah, we'll definitely get into some thoughts on those. But go ahead, Dad. What do you got?
All right, well, I got two things, as I often do. Do you know the last Washington quarterback that threw 4 touchdowns in the season opener?
I read it, and I don't even remember who it was. It was somebody I'd never heard of. It was like in 1975.
Billy Kelmer.
Oh, wait, it was somebody I heard of, clearly, but I forgot who it was. I know who Billy Kilmer is, but I couldn't remember. I remember reading 1975, but I couldn't remember who did it. But yes.
Yeah, the last quarterback. So the Wentz haters can just shut up. Not really. I'm just being funny because he's going to be a Super Bowl, MVP. But my other thing I have is what team has the longest stretch since they've won their division?
Oh, what teams has the longest stretch since they won their division? Interesting question. So, it's nobody in the NFC East.
Nope.
Let's see. Everybody in the AFC East, I think, has won somewhat recently. The only one, I think the longest one on there would be the Dolphins, actually, but I don't think that's it. That is a great question. Longest since they won.
Well, I'll say the Dolphins have been since 2008.
Is that considered long? Like, is the one before that like years before that, or was it pretty recent before that?
I would say it's kind of years.
Yeah,
there's actually like the 4 teams behind them could be considered years.
Yeah. I'm going to go with...
All right, I'll give you a hint.
My thought is the Cardinals. That was the one that came to mind, but go ahead.
No, hold on. Let me tell you when the Cardinals were 2015.
Really? Who was the... Okay, go ahead. I'll believe you.
But the team that's the longest has a qualifier. But the other 2 teams in front of them do not have a qualifier, and they're not that much better.
A qualifier that is like they're not in the league anymore, or like?
No, I'm just saying there's a qualifier. Like people would argue, well, you can't really say that, but that ought to give you some hint. Like,
I don't know. I actually really don't know. Somebody said the Bears, but no, the Bears won in like 2017. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the Bears. Patriots, no, it's not the Patriots.
Well, I'll say the team that's the oldest had to do with the Ravens, so people are arguing that you can't count them because they're a different team now.
Wait, the Ravens have won their division since
No, I'm saying they're related to the Ravens. It's not the Ravens.
the Colts?
No. The Colts are
Browns?
2014. Yes. The Browns, the last time the Browns won their division was 1988. But people will say,
Wow.
well, they relocated, blah, blah, blah. And so people came back and said, okay, they've never won. But let's even go one further. Who is the second longest, which has no qualifier whatsoever?
First of all, if I want to say I don't like that qualifier that you had. I think that qualifier is stupid. They're still Browns are still a team,
I
but
know,
whatever.
but they're saying,
Okay.
well, the Browns went to the Ravens and then
Yeah.
so
But really, like, okay, that's fine. Whatever you want to say. I'm gonna say, I really don't have a good answer on this one.
I will say
Good
that
guess.
this is the only other team.
Raiders.
Oh, they're 2002. That's not bad, but this is the only other team that has not won their division in the years of 2000.
2000. Okay, so Raiders was a decent guess.
Yes.
Is it? No, they were 13-3. Golly. Like every time I think of a team, Lions.
Yes.
Okay, Lions.
1993 is the last time the Lions won their division. But anyway, that's what I got. I
Yeah,
love
that's
to
kind of
make you
brutal
guys
because
think.
they had an 11-5 season. It's in like twice in the last 12 years or something like that. So that sucks. Like they've had two records better than us, but we are playing a well, like like our division was bad for 2 years in those, so we have division victories of what 9-7 one year, 7-9 the other. Like
Yeah.
it's not like we're killing it. Oh, I guess we did win. We won the division back in 2012 at 10-6, but whatever.
Oh yeah,
Anyway, but I
that'll
like that.
rock your world. But anyway, I like to make you think. So there
Yes.
you go.
I don't ever have a good what do you got? But I won all 5 of my bets last night, and I'm actually turned $50 right now into 140. Almost tripled my money in sports betting. I might be able to quit in year 2072 if I keep this up, right?
By the way, here's
$50 a
something.
month.
So your aunt in the Otis pool,
Yeah.
in the pick'em pool, she got 11 right. And she goes, how do I get 11 right in the pick'em pool and still get both of my bets wrong in the Otis?
You picked the 2 locks, but I bet what she picked, like San Francisco and Denver
I didn't
to
look,
bet.
but
That's
yeah, I'm
funny.
sure it's bad. But
What is
anyway,
up, everybody in the chat? Lions are not a joke. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I have my thoughts
hey,
on them.
they
I have my
they
thoughts.
ran the Eagles.
They
But
did.
anyway,
They did. All right, well, let's go around the NFL a little bit. I'm going to start with somebody in our division, and that is Dak Prescott is right now hurt 6 to 8 weeks. Jerry Jones has yet to put him on IR because apparently Dr. Jerry believes that he could somehow come back before the doctors say and within 4 weeks. So he is not going on IR for the Cowboys. But do you think the Cowboys will really miss Dak? Or did they even
no,
have a chance
I
before?
think Jerry Jones needs to realize that the longer that Dak is on injury reserve or out of this game, the better chance he has because he looked in the words of Doc Walker, he looked terrible. That's
Terrible.
terrible.
Wait, is that Doc Walker or is that Charles Barkley?
Oh, maybe it's
Just
both of
terrible.
them.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
They're terrible.
Maybe Doc Walker is just horrible, but he did not look good before he got hurt. I'm sorry.
But yes, a lot of people are complaining about the minus 2.5 point spread. Trust me, hang out until the end. I'll have thoughts on that for sure.
Oh, Tim's got some thoughts, I'm
Yes,
sure.
but no, I agree. Dak Prescott is not a very good quarterback. And I think it was dumb of them to trade away Amari Cooper, their number 1 wide receiver, and it showed the other. CeeDee Lamb is okay, but I don't care. It doesn't matter who he was throwing to. It was horrible. That interception he had was awful. Just threw it right to the defender. It had no hope going anywhere. He felt completely uncomfortable. He is basically Kirk Cousins. If Kirk Cousins doesn't have top flight receivers, which Kirk has right now, he's not going to do great for you. But he is good enough if you put a great team around him. He can go ahead and be carried and be okay. So I knew as soon as they paid him $40 million a year that it was good news for us. But holy moly, did it just get amplified after the Sunday night game. He was horrible. I loved it.
He was horrible, and why do I feel like the fact that he did the follow through, hit the guy's helmet, it messed up his hand. I get that, but they come out and announce, oh, he's out for at least 6 weeks. Why do I feel like that's their excuse? Like, oh, if Dak had been healthy, we would have done great things. No, you wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Well, he was healthy for 3 quarters. He didn't get knocked out until the 4th. There's no excuse for Dak. He was just bad. And I know BC, the Cowboys fan that we talk to sometimes, he was just absolutely ripping Dak a new one during the game, and then he put a big long post of like, yeah, all the Dak lovers are going to come up with, oh, CeeDee Lamb's not good enough now. First it was Amari Cooper, or first it was Dez Bryant. It's always somebody else's fault. Oh, we had the wrong coach. We had the wrong coordinator. I guess CeeDee Lamb's going to be the next one to fall on the sword for how bad Dak played the other night. But
did you not love the expression on Mike Martz? Is it Mike Martz, or what's a Dallas coach? Not Mike Martz. The old Green Bay coach.
Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Did you not enjoy his blank stare on the sideline as his team is getting crushed? And he's standing there like,
what do I do? What do I do? That is too funny.
That was beautiful.
All right, let's go around the other ones. There was a ton of upsets this week. A bunch. 5 big ones. Right, you have the Bears upsetting the Niners in a monsoon. There was like 4 inches of water sitting on the field. It was ridiculous. Steelers take out the Bengals. I was about to say, with 5 turnovers from Joe Burrow. Giants somehow defeat Tennessee, and really it's all because of Saquon Barkley, just absolute stud. Texans and Colts tie, and the Colts had to come back to get the tie. Too. And then Denver on Monday night loses to the Seahawks. Which one just surprised you the most?
Oh, the Denver one. I mean, and we talked about this before the broadcast. How do you get inside the 1 yard line twice and turn it over twice and you can't get anything?
Or I think they had 4 trips to the red zone and got 0 touchdowns from it.
Yes.
It was horrible.
But 2 of them, I'm telling you, 2 of them were inside the 1 yard line, and they decided to fumble. It's like, really?
Yeah, one of them was on 4th down, so he had to reach for it anyway, but he just lost it on the reach. The other one was on 3rd down and ended up being pretty costly. Robert Parrish has like $2 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says they should have named the team the Dallas Excuses. Yeah, they'll be full of them. There's no doubt.
Or the Dallas next year.
Yeah, the one that upset me the most, I think, has to be the Bears-Niners. And here's why. The monsoon is where the Niners are the best. Like, some people are saying, oh, it's an excuse because, it was a monsoon and blah, 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 this, that. They're known for running the football. They're known for ground and pound. Like, if anything, this should have been a blessing for them. They beat the Packers last year because it was a super cold, nasty night, right, in the playoffs with the snow and everything. Like, this is the kind of games that they thrive in, and yet the Bears found a way to upset them. Of course, they were at home, but Justin Fields, and I thought he was the 2nd best quarterback in that draft, and he took down the 3rd overall pick, Trey Lance, in a nasty, nasty game. But he did throw a touchdown, so good for him there. Yeah, but these upsets were definitely crazy. I'm just glad we picked the Ravens, and that one did not go the wrong. I would have been that would have been the biggest shock ever for me if the Ravens somehow lost to Joe Flacco and the Jets.
Well, I can tell you in
go
my
ahead.
Survivor League, it went from 33 to 10 in week 1. So, thank you, Ravens. Can't stand you, but
Yeah, they helped you out on that one. Wow,
they did.
wow. But yeah, and then as far as the Saints tried to lose it though. The Saints tried to get upset big time. That was another one that I ended up going all in on my football pool on the Saints just winning the game, and they tried so hard. Cordero Patterson
I was watching that
nuts.
game closely.
Yeah, absolutely went nuts in that game. I think he had like 120 yards. Did I make that up? He went 120 yards on 22 carries. Cordero Patterson had, and he's not even a real running back. Yet he is completely just running all over this Saints defense, who I thought was really, really good. They added some pieces. They got Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary now. Like, I was shocked that the Falcons almost took down the Saints, but thank God they did not do that one. But yeah, other than that, Geno Smith looked great for Seattle. The reason I didn't pick that one's a big surprise to me for Denver losing. But the one thing is you can say is that, okay, Seattle, the fans knew that Russell Wilson was coming back. They were super loud. They were trying to make sure that Russell Wilson was not going to come in and upset them. Russell played decent, but yeah, that was, you could see the upset coming. As far as, I'm not saying I saw the upset coming, but I can see how it happened because of the stuff surrounding the game besides that one. But anyway.
No, I get that, but I still say that Denver should have won that game if they don't just have a brain fart inside the 1 yard line.
5. Yeah.
Or inside the 5 even.
Yeah.
But
I think
was.
they had 3 drives inside the 5. 2 of them were inside the 1, and they came away with no touchdowns in those games. Yeah. The Patriots, I wanted to bring this game up. The Patriots only score 7 points. And somehow this got by me. But do you know right now the two persons that are leading the Patriots offense are both defensive coaches?
Really?
Matt Patricia was calling plays. He was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots 5 years ago and the defensive-minded head coach that went to the Lions. And people wonder why they scored only 7 points. Like, their offense was horrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, he stated up telling the quarterback, blitz, no wait, you're on offense.
Cover 2, reverse. Like, yeah. Man-to-man defense, man-to-man.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Call it, man-to-man. Yeah. No, that's too funny. But no, apparently it was the most vanilla offense you have ever seen. Like, hardly any motions to try to figure out if they were in man or zone. Just no disguising. It was, like, obvious when they were running the ball, obvious when they were throwing the ball. I don't know how anybody
So here's the question, honest question. How long do you think Bill Belichick puts up with it or stays around, or whether they put up with him, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
But at what point do you think he goes, okay, I've lost the team. I just need to move on.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. They're never firing Bill. That's just that's never happening. But
I agree.
I mean, I would be surprised if he calls the game this week. Like like they have to make a change of some sort. It was. I don't know.
But do you think Belichick stays? And look, I agree. I don't think the Patriots are going to send him anywhere. But do you think at what point does Belichick say, "I've had enough. I've lost the team. I'm out"? Because they're not going to fire him unless he hangs around for another 5 years and they have losing seasons. But at some point, he's got to make a decision of, okay, I'm not running the same team I ran before.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I think he must be just messing with the NFL. Like, who in the world hires a defensive coordinator to call plays? I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever. You know,
wait.
What?
Wait, Bill Belichick messing with the NFL? I'm shocked.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that game up, make sure I did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We're going to get into
Patricia, come in and run the what?
Yeah, but no, let's go ahead and just read through some comments before we hop into the Washington-Jacksonville. Penalties and the 2 turnovers and coach manages the reason why they lost. Which team was that? Shoot, I can't remember which one. I talked about a lot of games.
I'm not sure either.
Crap. Colts lost, and guess whose fault it was? The kicker. Yeah, the kicker missed another field goal. That happened to them several times last year, which is why Carson Wentz only won 9 games, and they got blamed for it a bunch. There was like 2 or 3 games that the kicker screwed them last year, and they ended up losing close games. But yeah, that they didn't technically lose though. It was tied. Matt Patricia was an offensive lineman in college and started in the offensive side in coaching. Maybe that's why. But man, he was horrible that first game. Jones actually didn't have a terrible game. The pick wasn't really his fault. Okay, I didn't watch the interception. I just was looking into that, and I thought, oh my goodness. Are you doing the game tomorrow? Yes, we will be doing the game tomorrow. The 2 guys we signed are space eaters. Yes, that's exactly all Fedarian Mathis was. He was just a space eater. He wasn't getting after the quarterback. Fields is awesome. He is still playing for the Bears. Is he still playing for the Bears? Yeah. I saw a drive or 2 against the Vikings. He's a good QB, and I really think he's good. Yeah, no, I love Justin Fields, and he was a stud for them, or a stud pick, I should say. And he won the game. He threw 2 touchdowns in a monsoon, and against a really solid defense in San Francisco. So there you go. Tim, do you have anyone considered for the Redskins line? Yes, I'm doing another show tonight at 9:00 with crap. I'll tell you in a bit. But anyway, with 2 Lions fans. Yeah, I'm just like. It's like the pride of the Detroit or something. Crap. Why did I forget this right off the top of my head? Oh, well.
They put you on the spot and you don't deliver.
Detroit Lions on the Prowl. That's what it is. Detroit Lions on the Prowl. That YouTube channel. There will be on at 9:00. So, no, I don't need a... But thank you for thinking of me at Redskins Man 10. Okay. Yeah, we signed 2 space eaters... The Washington moves.
Not space heaters, but space heaters.
That's what I said, right? That's what I said. That's what I meant too. I mean what I say always. No.
I was saying not space heaters, but space eaters.
Yes. We signed Donovan Jeter, defensive end, defensive tackle, and Benning Patoa, and then we also brought back Ferrard Gardner to the practice squad, but. And then we deleted him off the practice squad. Benova Pateau went to the practice squad. So that's what we did. Those were the moves. Anyway, all right. Washington versus Jacksonville. What do you think about this game?
I felt good about the offense.
Yeah.
What's that?
He's doing a show with 2 Lions fans. Didn't know they had that many. But yes.
That's brutal, but funny. Felt good about the offense. I'm still very frightened about the secondary.
Yeah.
You know, the 4th down play, if that guy makes that catch, he walks into the end zone. There were several times where Trevor Lawrence just didn't have, and
he overthrew a couple of guys.
And
he overthrew 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and according to your uncle, was because they had so much pressure that he couldn't get his feet set. I don't necessarily think that. I think that if you had a good quarterback in there, they would have sliced up our secondary. It would not have been close.
I will say, to Uncle Rob's point, is yes, we were getting pressure around.
Oh, we
definitely were. But there was those 2 dropped touchdowns back to back. That's not due to pressure. That was just dropped passes by them, and then he overthrew.
They had a step.
Yep. He overthrew. I think it was Jones on a double move that he just overthrew, and then ETN had one where he just beat Jamin Davis to the end zone, where he just floated it too far to the end zone. So I'm happy they didn't, but that's also the games or how the game works, right? Like we saw so many times we've lost the games those ways. Where it's like, man,
I know
we beat them, right? Like we beat this great defense or whatever, but then we just dropped the pass, right? Like So, but to your point, yes, I'm definitely worried about coverage on the back end because they beat us several times on whether it be double moves or just we're playing way too far back and they're just easily able to get a quick 10-yard play or whatever it was. It was horrible in those.
Well, and I
But
will say this
yeah,
too that I think that Jaguars are probably going to be pretty good because Doug Peterson is a really good offensive coach, and I think they may be better. They're like, well, you beat Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is going to be better than people think this year.
agreed. Agreed. The drop pass was ETN because it was the eliteness of John Bostic looking at him. Yes, the
I
John
love this
Bostic
chat.
elite, the eliteness. I like that. No,
You
but
guys are funny.
I completely agree. I was so happy that we're playing Jacksonville game 1 because I don't want to see Jacksonville by week 8, week 9, week 10 when they've had some time to really figure things out and get themselves together because they do have talent down there. And it started with Trayvon Walker. The number 1 overall pick was an absolute game wrecker. He had a sack. He had that interception. I believe he had pressure on the one of the interceptions or the other interceptions as
Yep.
well. Like, and he had several tackles, a couple of tackles for loss. He was all over the place. I liked me some Trayvon Walker. So it started with him. But Devin Lloyd looked good. Their other first round pick as a linebacker. Their secondary wasn't great, which is why we were able to score some points, like their corners and safeties and whatnot. But overall, I thought Jacksonville does have some talent. Christian Kirk looked really good.
I will say this. Curtis Samuels is a beast, and Josh Doxson has some hands.
Dotson?
Jahan, thank you. Jahan Doxson has some. That pass into the end zone, if you watched him, he slowed up because he saw where the ball was going to be, so he slowed up to keep the defender away, and then he reached out and picked the ball. I mean, it was 2 feet off the ground, and he just reached out and was like, oh, there it is, and he just took it in. That was a veteran play on that, so I'm very excited about him. And, of course, Terry's Terry.
Yeah.
But Dotson, I'm looking forward to what he can do because that was very smart what he did on that play.
Yeah, that second Jahan Johnson touchdown. I should send you the video. My voice turned into like 11-year-old Tim. I said, "God!" Like I went like I showed it to Jake. He said you sounded like a chicken. Like I was so excited. Like and I literally jumped out of my seat. I was here and I said, "God!" Like just jumped out. It was hilarious.
Oh,
no,
but how fun?
Catch.
How fun is that to have a receiver like that on our team? Because we've had so many guys on the other team that make catches like that.
Yes.
And he played the defender.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. And I mean, the first catch was great, but it does not even compare to what he did. Where, like I said, he set up the defender, made his body a blocker, and waited for the ball to come. And then after the ball went past him, he just reached out and caught it. It was beautiful.
Yes, agreed. But 3 turnovers. Yes, Seth, this is a great point. Yeah, we did have 3 turnovers in this game, and that just goes to show how much. Like, actually, our offense is really good to have 3 turnovers and still score 28 points. But I also wanted to take a minute to say that some people said, "Oh, we took our foot off the gas in that second and third quarter, and we got conservative." And the reason we felt comfortable with the 14-3 lead, and after that we just took it easy. I just completely disagree. Of course, it started with the Curtis Samuel fumble. We were having a great drive again against them.
At the end of the first half.
Yep. But then Curtis unfortunately fumbled running between the tackles. It was a great play by Josh Allen, the defensive end, Josh Allen. He just got it right on the nose and punched the football out of his hands. The first interception was a terrible throw by Carson Wentz. He was way too late to getting to Jahan Dotson. I don't know why he took so long to get there, but it allowed the corner to get underneath. So we got to clean that up for Carson. The second interception, I actually blame the one from Trayvon Walker. I blame Scott Turner for that one. And I think because he called too many screens throughout the game. We saw, I want to say, at least 7 or 8 screens?
Oh, at least. Yeah.
If not double digits. But, like, there was a lot of screens. It was to the point where Trayvon Walker was starting to read them. Like, it was like the way that our tight ends were, like, just leaving them, leaving with them, or the running back was leaving, or the offensive line. Like, he was figuring out, oh, wait, we're going tight end, or we're going screen, which is why he was able to jump that one. Because Ron Rivera talked about in the press conference that Trayvon Walker was in the wrong spot as far as his wrong lane. He was supposed to be up the field with contain, and he stopped and came back up and got that interception. And it's because he's able to read it. Yeah. So overall, I liked Scott Turner's offense. I love how he used Curtis Samuel and Antonio Gibson in the backfield together. There was a lot of he spread the ball around, but diverse plays, good balance between run and pass. So many good things. I just think there was a little bit too many on the screen plays. I also just didn't like the reverse, but he only ran a reverse once, whatever. But the only reason I didn't like the reverse. Go ahead.
What was the last year MO? It was
run for no gain, no gain,
run off tackle. Yeah, run off tackle, no gain. Screen play, no gain. Throw a pass. So yes, they changed it up dramatically, and I loved it.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have a quarterback like we have now. We have one that can just sling it across the field. So, but anyway, going back to, I don't think we took the foot off the gas. We were continuing to pass the football. We had the dropped pass by John Bates. We had the 2 interceptions. I completely disagree with that mindset. And then, of course, fortunately for us, then we started to get back on track, and we ended up coming back and winning the game. So I thought the offense overall looked really, really good. Got to clean up the turnovers as far as the fumble and the first interception. The last interception, I think, was we just ran a little bit too many screens. Instead of like 7 or 8, maybe 4 or 5 at most throughout the game. But, hey, overall, I thought it was a very good job by our offense. I mean, we put 28 points up on the board.
I know.
Not complaining. But
with 3 turnovers, to your point. So, yes, that's because the one before the first half, we at least get 3 if they don't turn it over.
Right. Yeah, we were already in field goal range at that point. And luckily, they missed a field goal. Jacksonville definitely had chances to win this game. We already talked about the dropped touchdowns. They missed a field goal. And also, Seth brought up they had 13 penalties. That's way too many penalties for anybody. But that's
who do
going
they
to
think
definitely
they are,
hurt the
Redskins?
Yeah, who do they think they are? 13 penalties for 90 yards. Meanwhile, we only had 6 penalties, which is... And that's something Ron Rivera does a great job. He does preach discipline, and he preaches smart play as far as he also doesn't pick up a bunch of egos, right? He doesn't draft egos. He doesn't sign egos off the street. So when nobody gets like those taunting penalties or those stupid after the play shove matches, right? Not to say that we don't have heart, we don't have want in our
I get what you're saying. You're right.
But it's just not stupid about it. And we also did a great job of not having a bunch of false starts or putting ourselves in the, way behind the sticks. All of a sudden we have 1st and 15s or 1st and 20s where Jacksonville did. Jacksonville had a few times where we had like holding penalties or intentional groundings or whatever it may be. So I am not under the illusions that we were just way better team to Jacksonville, but we won the game. That's all that matters. 1-0.
1 for 1. Carson Wentz is undefeated as a Redskin or a Commander, but
as a Commander, yes, undefeated. he avenged himself or whatever for the loss at Jacksonville. So there you go. What else did I see in this game? I think that Armani Rogers needs more playing time over Bates. John Bates should not be on the field on 3rd downs. John Bates on 1st and 2nd, where there's opportunities to run the ball, and if we just get him in certain situations, but it needs to either be Logan or Armani on 3rd down. That drop pass by John Bates confirmed it, but also Armani Rogers is just a way better athlete. I mean, he took that screen and ran it for like 25 yards. It was a great play design for Scott Turner, and I would love to see more Armani Rogers, especially in passing situations. I don't know how many passes how much did he end up with? Because I remember that one big catch. Yeah, that was the only catch of the game. The one catch for 23 yards. I would like to see more than that for him. I thought the offensive line protected well, even with some injuries to it. Of course, Wes Switzer missed some time. Trey Turner wasn't playing the whole time. Andrew Norwell had his moments of looking pretty bad like he did in Jacksonville. But overall, I thought the protection of Carson Wentz was really, really good, which is something he did not have last year. And there we go. We get 4 touchdowns out of him.
And I also, your uncle said that it was refreshing to see that Wentz's outlet wasn't always the tight end. Like the Redskins the last few years, it was always the tight end outlet, and he had a lot of outlets, running backs, receivers. He had a lot of people in good places, so that was refreshing.
You know what? Good point. Before we go on to defense, Antonio Gibson looked great.
Oh, my God.
And I loved how we used him as well. We used him in such a versatile ways where he was running deep routes downfield. That one corner route that he caught in the red zone, that was like 20 yards downfield. Awesome. But we were using him as a receiver a lot this game. And then sparingly in the run game. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, never wish that anybody gets shot. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I think that was great for the Commanders to realize, don't give up on Gibson. Robinson is great. I think he's a great guy to plug in, but I think that Antonio Gibson got a second chance, and he delivered.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson also was handed the ball at the end of the game to ice it.
Yep.
That shows confidence, right? Everybody's worried about his fumbles, but when the game was on the line and we needed to ice some clock, we were handing it to number 24. So gotta love to see
my
that.
point, Robinson, had he not gotten hurt, that would have probably been Robinson, and Gibson would have been sitting on the bench going, okay, I can't play this game.
Yeah.
But he had to step up, and he did, and good for him.
Yeah, he ended up with 4.1 yards a carry, 14 carries, 58 yards. Not too shabby. The last offensive player I wanted to bring up was Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is one shifty son of a gun. Oh my! He had the one play in the middle of the field where he caught it, and he like took 2 steps this way, or like actually turned around, but like let's say 2 steps to the right, and just stopped on a dime, and Devin Lloyd went flying past him.
Oh, it was beautiful to watch him. He's a beast.
What in the world? Like, Devin Lloyd.
Oh, and then the
play.
spin move where he would do the spin move.
Earlier.
It was like catch it, and it was
on the
like,
left side.
Oh, you think I'm going this way? Nope, I'm going this way. And he get a first down. Man, when he's healthy, he's really, really good.
And nothing crazy big plays. Like his longest play of the game was 13 yards. But he had, 3 first downs?
Yeah, they were key.
4 first downs very important plays. So
I mean, he caught Curtis. I think those first downs, he caught the ball before the first down marker and just wore out the defense to get to the first down marker, and that's all he wanted. It was like beautiful.
Yeah, and Cole Turner wasn't even in this game. That's true. We'll see what he can bring. 3rd and short is when you have Bates on the field, and Bates has good hands. Everyone drops passes. It's an easy grab. I think it was a little bit easier than you're giving credit for. But yeah, that's fair. It's just, I think Armani Rogers is a better receiving tight end. But 3rd and short, yeah, if you want to bring out a 2 tight end set or a heavy tight end set, fine, no problem. I would just rather Armani Rogers running those routes because he's the better athlete. He's faster, just as tall. He's not as big and strong because Bates is the more blocking tight end. But as far as shiftiness and all that good stuff, Armani Rogers.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure Roger's saying you haven't been listening to him.
How long have I been saying this, Gibby? Like you have been, and I have.
Roger, I have your back. Just so
I have no problem with that. I don't know if I've really disagreed. I know that the other guy disagreed, not you, but Jairus has always disagreed. But I was saying before the season that I did not think he was a true RB1. So anyway, but it's fine. You have been saying that. Let's just put it that way. it doesn't have to be an argument between you and I. You have been saying that for 2 years, and he did great in that role. Great. It was near the ground, and he was laid out, play action, past the tight end where you use bait. Yes, play action, yeah. I have to watch it again, but I feel like you're making it seem like it was way harder of a catch. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I have to watch it again. But anyway,
He will watch the film.
yes,
So stay tuned.
I did watch quite a bit of the film. I more watched the Detroit game today. So, John wide awake. Jairus thought that was funny that one day that you said wake up. But all right, let's move on to the defense. Starting with the defensive line. The defensive line looked really good.
They
I know
were
that
good.
The defense as a whole was a struggle, but Daron Payne was an absolute dog. He had several pass blocks at the end. I think he had a sack as well. He was pressuring. Him and Jonathan Allen were working great together. I did watch the first few drives again on the all-22s, and Jonathan Allen several times set Daron Payne up beautifully on a stunt, and one of them was a huge hit. It was the second drive, I think it was, where the Jaguars, or no, maybe it was the first drive, actually, where it was a third down in the red zone, and they ended up throwing it to the end zone, and then it was completely wild pass, incomplete. Yeah, the reason that was a wild pass is because Daron Payne was laying out Trevor Lawrence. So
yeah.
I love to see that. Sweat, for me, had some moments where he disappeared, or like it's just you didn't really see him, and maybe that's because he was setting things up or whatever. But I think I read somewhere he actually leads the league in pressures right now, which just the feel
I'm
from
good.
watching that game, I disagreed, but that's what the stats say.
No, I think our front, whatever, is
4.
not 7, right? Yeah,
The front
but it's
4.
like,
Or unless you want to include the linebackers.
yeah, but I
wouldn't.
thought they did some kind of weird combination. But no, the front 4 was formidable, and if we can get a secondary to back them up, we're going to be really, really good. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Before we hop into the secondary, we've got 66 of you in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you'd like to become a channel member, you can hit that join button. 99 cents a month. You can help support the channel if you're enjoying the content. All right.
And by the way, if you don't like Tim, you can at least like me.
Yeah, so hit the like button for J-Dubs. Yes, exactly.
I'll take what I can get.
Hot sauce, mambo sauce, and duck sauce. Is that what you're calling the secondary, or are you calling the big 3 on the? I don't know. Is that a compliment?
Oh.
Is it a diss?
I'm thinking that's a front line comment, but I don't know.
You think it's good? It's a good combo.
I don't know. What I'm thinking, hot sauce, mambo sauce, and duck sauce has got to be Sweat, Allen, and Payne. I'm just guessing, but maybe I'm way off. Maybe
Fair
it's
enough.
just scrolling.
All right, here we go. On to the linebackers. The linebackers.
Hold on. Can I duck my head any lower?
Probably. I believe in you. No, but Cole and Jamin, in the run game, they're fine. It's the in coverage that really concerns me, right? And Jamin just got toasted by ETN. That should have been a touchdown that was overthrown, fortunately, by Trevor Lawrence. Cole Holcomb had one of the laziest tackle attempts I'd ever seen on James Robinson. That one touchdown right after the Trayvon Walker, it was right after that interception. They scored on the next play. Yeah, Cole Holcomb should have just wrapped that up and brought him to the ground. It was easy. Like, I don't know why that was even a question mark, but that concerns me. And zone is still a bit of a problem. Fortunately, in this game, I don't think they really had enough weapons to really expose it, but the linebackers could definitely use some work. The DBs. Somebody in the chat is talking about that Derek Forrest was number 91 overall. I will say he was a bright spot watching the game. He was the one that laid that big hit that the ball went squirting out like 10 yards. You remember that play on the right side where he came up and made that huge hit?
Yeah.
He was the one that got both pass deflections in the end zone, which was awesome. So I love to see that. There was like in the beginning, I think he needed a little bit of time to get his feet wet because there was a time that he was man to man with, I believe it was Josh Reynolds in the slot, and he just got absolutely destroyed on a slant, like nowhere near the guy, an easy first down. But he's only a second-year player. He didn't really play much defense last year. He was mostly just a special teamer. But for him to come in and try to replace our best player in the secondary, Cameron Curl, I couldn't ask for much more considering where I thought he was. But apparently, according to these people, he was a 91 overall.
Wow.
In PFF.
By the way, I like Red Wing's comment.
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson is greater than Josh Dropson. That's good.
True. Wow. Oh, of course, I almost forgot. Derek Forrest did have that interception.
Yes, right at the end. Yes.
He iced the game out. Yeah, right now he's an overall 91.5 PFF. I wonder if there's odds on can you bet will that stay? I think that's gonna drop a little bit, guys. I think that's gonna drop. But he played great.
No, I get it. Game. But I feel good because I think we have a base to build from, and I hope we can. Because I like the camaraderie or the teamwork or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dotson doesn't. Wait, what was that?
It doesn't fit Tim's body type. I just don't like 5'10", 180 pounds receivers in the first round. I don't. But I'm giving him all the props in the world. He did great this game. Again, it was only 3 catches for 40 yards, but 2 of them for touchdowns, including a game winner. So showing some clutchness in there.
So Tim, how tall is Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson's like 5'9" on a good day.
Okay. He did pretty good in the league.
Yeah, I ain't drafting him first round.
Okay.
I'm not drafting DJ.
Well, if Dotson gets 2 touchdowns every game, I'm pretty sure you're going to like him by halfway through the season.
I'll think about it.
Just saying.
No, and the first touchdown was also tremendous. He completely shook that DB and got himself wide open. It was a great throw by Carson. Nothing. No complaints.
That's what's impressing me. In addition to his great hands, is his presence on the field. He knows the situation and he plays the situation perfectly.
Yeah. What do you think of Fuller's play in the game? He got burnt a few times. Great question there, Virgil. I don't like Kendall Fuller at corner. I don't like Kendall Fuller at corner. You have to play him so far off the ball to not get burnt, but that just leaves so much room for a completion. We saw that so many times where it was just an easy pitch and catch for a first down. It was so frustrating to watch. I had one moment where I just absolutely went off on Jack Del Rio for that. But then if he ever does play up, you got to be worried about a house call to the end zone because he's not fast enough to keep it up.
Not unless your safeties are playing right.
True. And right? Bobby McCain on that big pass to it was DJ Chark. No. Christian Kirk, rather. Excuse me. The big pass to Christian Kirk. For some reason, Bobby McCain is biting on a double move as the free safety. Why are you biting? That is not your job to bite on a double move. Get your butt back there and cover the deep safety. Or keep deep middle, right?
I'm
or
afraid
your deep
they're trying to. They think they see something and think they can make a play, and then they're like, "Oops, wrong."
Yeah, and then William Jackson's not great either right now, and it's frustrating. Like we don't have a shutdown corner at all. Like we don't even have one that's close to a shutdown corner. Benjamin St. Juste didn't look great either in this game.
All right, but you know what? Let's put this in perspective.
Okay.
We have an offense that can be dynamic, and we have a defensive front four that can be dominating.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and we have special teams are good. So now we got to fix the secondary. but 2 or 3 years ago, it was like our offense can't move the ball, our defense can't stop anybody, our secondary sucks, and so we're making progress. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking at.
Well, there you go. There
Well,
you go.
do you agree
Well,
with me, or are you just kind of blowing me off?
um,
We're making progress. Our secondary, our backfield sucks. I'm not arguing that.
but no, I thought overall, to close this out before we go ahead and get into the Lions game preview, overall, I thought our team looked really, really good. As
Yep.
far as, I think that we can compete this year with just about anybody. Our offense should be able to compete with anybody throughout. I think we have tons of weapons on offense, and that should be able to carry us for a while. And there's a reason we have the third highest paid offense in the league.
Yep. And how often in the last 5 years did we get down by 8 points like that and not have the team just seem to give up?
Mm-hmm.
They seem to come together, and it was like, you know what, we can win this, and they did. The defense stepped up, although maybe Jacksonville's offense failed. But
Yep.
wait, oh, I like that.
Yes. All right.
Oh yeah,
Is
I love the banners they had in the field.
Yes. Let's hop into the Lions preview. So I went back and watched the entire game, offense and defense, of the Lions versus Eagles. Okay?
I did not watch this game, so please share.
And I have a hot take. And I don't even know if you realize how hot this is. But
Should I keep my hands up?
I thought Aiden Hutchinson sucked in his first game. He was the number 2 overall pick, and he was worse than Chase Young has been last year. I thought he was a complete like, if you compare him and what he did to Trayvon Walker, who was the number 1 overall pick, so they were 1 pick away from each other, it's not even close. They're not even in the same hemisphere. Trayvon Walker actually made a big impact on the game. Literally, Hayden Hutchinson, I was like, oh my gosh, he stinks. And then I had to look up the stats after. He had 1 tackle. The whole game. That's it. The Eagles do have a good O-line. He was on one-on-one a lot with that left tackle, and he got no push, no pressure in the pocket. He just got punked on the goal line. Forget the goal line. He just was a non-factor there. I don't think he got 1 pressure the entire game. A lot of times he was just getting pushed backwards. Like in the run game, he was like basically a non-factor. He would get washed in the nonsense. I was not impressed at all. And of course, this is an overreaction. It's 1 game.
I was going to say, you think he's going to learn from it, or?
You can only hope if you're a Lions fan. But, we got to take what we have to work with and watch what we have. And in that first game, it was abysmal. Abysmal.
By the way, I just want to touch back on the Redskins with the fact that Ryan Kerrigan is the line coach. That I heard a bunch of people say you saw a difference in the line with him as a line coach. So maybe he can teach. Not everybody can, but I saw some differences too.
Yeah. So we'll see. But all right. So this is how I view the Lions. Okay, and somehow the Lions are favored over us. I don't see it. I don't see the Lions being favored over us because the Eagles' run defense was horrible. Okay, that's the only reason why the Lions were able to put up whatever it was, 35 points. The run defense was absolute garbage. The pass defense was okay, but the run defense was horrible.
By the way, it screwed up my 3-way parlay.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. But
not that you care.
But no. So this is how I view the Lions. Their defense is trash. Their linebackers are somehow worse than ours. They are horrible.
That's saying a lot.
Okay? Their linebackers are just abysmal. Okay? In the run game, their run defense was horrible. Of course, it's against the Eagles, but even just standard runs, like they were just terrible. Okay, the secondary is
Terrible.
not very good either. They have Jeff Okuda, who was the number 3 overall pick. He's been burnt since he's been in the league. He was also getting worked by A.J. Brown. So the defense is expected because they allowed 38 points and don't have any ifs, ands, or buts. They stink. Okay, on to the offense. There's 3 players, in my opinion, worth mentioning on offense. And there's only one that's a huge factor in this game, in my opinion. So I'll go with the other 2 first. The other 2 that are solid are their tight end, TJ Hawkinson, and their wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right? So those are the 2 that are solid, and I don't think they're going to be complete game wreckers, but if you let them, they can definitely hurt you big time. Like, Amon-Ra St. Brown has had over 100 yards in games before. I think even 2 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson is a guy that could be a matchup problem if he's with our linebackers or our safeties. So hopefully we get Cameron Kroll back to play with TJ Hawkinson. And Jamin Davis could somehow slow down this other guy. Because here is the real guy on that team. And it's not a huge shock. If you play fantasy, he was a second-round pick, or sometimes even a first. DeAndre Swift is an absolute animal at the running back spot, and they use him. They'll pass it to him, they'll hand it off to him. The only saving grace that I see as far as DeAndre Swift is concerned is that for some reason they insist on bringing in the backup Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams had 11 carries and Swift only had 15. If they're smart, they would figure out, okay, Swift needs 23 and Jamal Williams needs to be cut. Because Williams sucks. He's terrible. I don't know why. I don't know who he's fooled in the league, but for some reason Green Bay felt the need to use him a lot, and now the Lions feel the need to use him a lot. Williams sucks. He's horrible. Okay? Get him out of the game. Meanwhile, Swift is an absolute dog on this team.
By the way,
So,
unknown
yes.
ism or IZM said Kerrigan's only the assistant defensive line coach. Is that right?
Yeah,
I thought he was.
No, he's only the assistant. We hired him as the assistant.
Oh, I thought he was a line coach. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that.
No,
but
he does work with the defensive line. That's all I heard. I didn't realize that you thought he was the actual coach, but yes, he is only the assistant coach. Thank you, unknown ism. All right, let's hop into the keys to victory according to moi. All right,
score more points
than the opponent.
Roll them to less points.
All right, what do I need? No, here we go. In this game,
I gotta go.
In this game, I expect at least 2 interceptions. Jared Goff is horrible. He was throwing. The Eagles dropped like 3 picks. They had 1 and they dropped 3 more. Jared Goff is not good. If we get any pressure around him, he will give us freebies. We got to take him away. And I want at least 2 interceptions.
And score on him.
Sure, but I want at least 2 interceptions in this game. Somehow slow down Swift. I don't think we're going to stop Swift, but he is the one. I think he's number. Crap, I'm not going to make it up. Whoever number he is, the running back, the good one. If he is on the field, not number 30. Number 30 is Jamal Williams. He sucks. Swift, he's legit. We have to key on him. If he's in the game, load the box and make sure he does not beat us. All right. For us, we need to run the ball a lot. Okay, the run defense for them is horrible, and that will make it even harder on the secondary if we're running all over them. The Eagles were averaging like 6 yards a carry on them, and of course, Jalen Hurts had a lot to do with that because he can also run the football. But I would like to see us have some opportunities for Carson Wentz to run, or at least be a threat to run. Not a ton, but like 3-4 times this game where he's actually a designed runner in this to make them have to account for him because they stink against the run. So Gibby needs to have a big day.
150 yards minimum.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. More
on 25 carries.
More Terry McLaurin. Okay, I didn't like that we only gave him like 4 targets last game.
Yeah, but they were keying on him. Tim, they were keying on him.
I don't care. We needed to have more designed plays where we just get the ball in his hand, screen passes to him or something. I don't know. I need the ball more. We paid the guy $23.5 million for a reason. I need to see more Terry. And the last thing to not lose this game or to win this game is don't lose it, okay? No stupid penalties. We did a great job last week But I feel like that's the way we lose this game, is if we start shooting ourselves in the foot, because I believe we are a better football team than the Detroit Lions based on what I watched from us and what I watched from them. I think we are the better football team, and I think we should win this game by 2 touchdowns.
Can't argue with you.
That's my honest assessment.
Am I supposed to? But I'm not going to. So,
Bing, bada boom. Let's do a read option in the red zone. Actually, that it was an RPO on that first touchdown to Jahan Dotson. He actually could have handed that off based on what the offensive line were doing. We actually got lucky that we didn't get caught for a illegal man downfield, because one of their offensive linemen were pretty big down there. But all right, what's your score prediction there, Daddy-O?
I don't think Carson's going to get 4 touchdowns this week. I say 23-16.
I think it's going to be 31-17.
Okay.
Us. That's what I got.
I try to be conservative because I'm such a homer.
That's just how I feel. Am I going to get the thing? No. Anyway. All right, go ahead and pull up the spreads. We'll go ahead and do the pick'em. Finish off with Weddle, and we will call it a show. Thank you, everybody, in the chat. We had a good showing tonight. Appreciate all of you. If you haven't hit the like button already, how many likes do we have today? Let's see. We got
I have no idea.
34 likes. You guys are the goats. Thank you guys so much for all the likes. And anyway, you got the
Although
spreads
what
up.
you're
Did I buy
liking,
enough
I
time?
have no idea. I'm kidding.
Did I buy enough time for you?
What's that?
I said,
All right.
Buy enough time. Go ahead.
For who? For me?
Yeah, go.
All right. KC is at home. They're giving the Chargers 4 points. In the words of Kevin Sheehan, this game smells.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking KC ought to kick their ass at home.
Oh, so you got the big you got KC then?
Given 4? Really? and look, if I'm missing something, tell me. But this should not even be that close.
Wow.
I mean, they beat Arizona, 40-something to
21, 44 to 21. Yeah.
Yeah, and is Chargers better than Arizona? Maybe.
Yes,
but
they are better than Arizona, but it could be a blowout. It very well could. But Arizona is not as good as the Chargers. Chargers are actually really, really good.
I don't buy it.
All right.
KC's at home is gonna kick ass. All right, the next game is Cleveland at home giving the Jets 6. I don't think Cleveland's that good. I'm going with the Jets.
Okay, so Jets -6. You're taking the point, or +6 rather.
+6.
Taking the points. Okay.
What do you think?
I don't hate that. I don't hate that because it's going to be tough for the Browns to score a ton of points. So I'll ride with you.
Okay.
I find it hard to pick the underdog sometimes. I do dislike the Jets a lot this year, especially with Joe Flacco. Hopefully Zach Wilson plays, and that'll be a really good play for you. But with Joe Flacco, they stink.
Okay. By the way, the storms are hitting here. It's kind of dicey, but anyway, you know who I'm picking on Washington.
Yep, we both picked that.
Washington's getting 2.5, so they're underdog by 2.5. I'm going with Washington.
Bod says any line with the Jets better than +10 is an auto bet. I guess he's taking the Browns.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Tampa Bay is at the Saints, giving 3. I think that's a no-brainer.
The Saints beat Bucks in regular season. That's just what they
but
do.
not this year.
All right, maybe.
What, are you saying you're picking the Saints?
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints.
By the way, you picked them last week, and they scrounged to victory.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Tampa should be the favorites, but I think they're the better team. But the Saints just always have their number.
Okay.
I think they're like 4-0 the last 2 years against Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
in the regular season.
There's no Drew Brees anymore. So.
Last year there was no Drew Brees, and they still beat him, I think, twice.
Okay. We'll see. The Giants are at home, giving Carolina 2.5. You make this call.
Giants at home giving Carolina 2.5.
Yeah.
Give me Carolina.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. And New England is at Pittsburgh, giving Pittsburgh 1.5.
Give me Steelers, and it's not close.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
I actually bet real money on that. As soon as I saw Pittsburgh actually underdog, I was like, oh my gosh, give me that.
Yep. So Indianapolis is in Jacksonville, given 4.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Really?
I'm not a Colts fan at all this year. I think they stink.
Okay. All
They
right.
tied the Texans. What else do you need?
Baltimore is at home, giving Miami 3.5.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. As much as I hate to say it. All right, the Rams are at home, giving Atlanta 10.5.
Rams are at home, giving Atlanta 10.5. Rams. They're mad after last week. They're gonna smash.
That's my suicide right now. It's subject to change, but all right. So San Francisco is at home, giving Seattle 10.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah, I thought that was tough.
That's
too.
too many
I'm going with
points.
Seattle. All right, Cincinnati's in Dallas, giving 7.5 with no Dak Prescott.
Cincy.
Yep. All right, Denver is at home, giving Houston 10. I think if they don't turn the ball over so many times inside the 1-yard line.
I hate that spread. I really do. And I respect Houston, what they're doing right now. Give me Houston.
All right, I'm going with Denver.
All right.
Because I think Denver is going to finally not turn the ball over.
I was not impressed with Nathaniel Hackett, their head coach, their new head coach. I thought it was horrible.
Horrible. All right, Vegas is at home, giving Arizona 6.
Vegas giving Arizona 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll take Vegas.
Vegas? Okay. That's right. What's his name's not back yet. What's
D-Hop?
Yeah. All right, and Green Bay is at home. Green Bay is at home, giving Chicago 10.
No.
Was
Chicago.
it Hopkins? Was it DeAndre Hopkins was their receiver?
No, Devontae Adams was the
Devontae, I'm sorry.
I mean, it was Packers.
Yeah. He looked lost without his go-to guy. He just looked like
Yeah.
Okay. So I got Chicago too.
Yep.
And Buffalo is at home, giving Tennessee 10.
Buffalo at home giving Tennessee 10?
Yep.
I buy it. Buffalo's so good.
Oh, Buffalo's going to kick their ass. I would be willing to hedge my bet at 20. Like a prop bet.
Bears. What's up, buddy?
Bears. All right,
Yeah.
Philadelphia is at home, giving Minnesota 2.5.
Minnesota.
God, I hate to agree with you because I do. But I think part of that is because Green Bay looks so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Kirk Cousins is great at throwing the ball to the guy that has nobody around him. But anyway.
No, Justin Jefferson's a dog. He's a stud. I just didn't like Philly's defense at all. I thought they were pretty bad watching that game. So I'm going Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right. So now we're doing Weddle.
Oh, all right, we're good. Let's do some Weddle. 1 second here. So Cameron Curl was limited. Somebody asked about Cameron Curl. Right now he's limited on Wednesday, so that's a good sign, but he has not been ruled in or out for this game. But all right, let's hop into some Whittle. All right, who we starting with? Offensive player. Luckily for
Have we
Kirk.
done?
Yeah,
Have we done
so good.
Swan Barkley? Did we do him already?
I don't care. We can do it again.
I don't think we did. I think it
Saquon
was
Barkley.
Ezekiel.
All right, Saquon.
Oh,
We got
running back. We nailed it.
All right, we're in the AFC though. We're under 6 foot, above number 41 in the AFC. Who's above number 41 in the AFC? Gotta think here. We can go with Javonte Williams. No, he's over age 25. Over age 25. Whatever, I'm just going to go Javonte. I know he's not it, but as far as age. So below number 30. Okay, so, I forgot. Yellow means that it's close. So they're either number 27 or number 28. They're not in the AFC West, so we can go north, east, or south. Let's go. What's a good running back in the? I'm trying to think of the numbers of people. Who's an older running back? And tall. I don't know. Let's go with.
Well, Washington Command Center says Michelle Carter.
Michael Carter. That's actually a decent guess.
Well, he corrected it with
Michael Carter will go. Except it's young. As soon as I thought about it, I was like, no, young. I couldn't remember what the number of him was. So we're not in the AFC East. I like that. At least we're ruling out some people or some divisions. AFC South, we got Jonathan Taylor, who's too young, I think, and I think taller than 5'11". In Houston, we have Damian Pierce, who's a rookie. In what number's Chase Edmonds? Oh, he's number 2 now? Okay. And we're not in... Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. For some reason, I thought AFC East was still a possibility. That sucks. So we're either in the north or the south. So we have Gus Edwards. We have Joe Mixon. Yeah, Joe Mixon's a decent guess. All right, Joe Mixon. So we are in the AFC North, but not on Cincinnati. We got Pittsburgh, Ravens, or Browns. Is Kareem Hunt number 27? Boom. There he is. Number 27.
Wow, you pulled that one out of your whatever.
All right, give me another one.
You know what? Let's let somebody from the chat call it.
All right, we got Sony Michel. Sony Michel is the first one here. So we have an offensive player, but not running back, over the age of 27, and he's tall, whoever that is. But lower than 20. I'm going to go a quarterback here, and we're not in the AFC. So an NFC quarterback that's tall. Let's go Carson Wentz.
Yeah, 6.
Ooh, okay, so we're in the NFC East. Not quite 6'5" tall, but we have 6'3" or 6'4".
Dak Prescott?
29,
No, he's
so
shorter than that, right?
He actually might be. And it's lower number. What number's Dak? 4. Let's go with Dak. We'll go with Dak. Okay, not Dak. Dak's
All right,
also
so
29.
there's Jones.
Daniel Jones is an option.
Well, we're going NFC East, so how many choices do we have?
Well, I'm just thinking backups and stuff too. Daniel Jones is definitely an option. Let's go with Daniel. Okay, not Daniel Jones. Oh, it's on Dallas. I'm an idiot. What? They are on Dallas. So we got Cooper Rush. There it is. Look, Abby was all over it. Everybody, Cooper Rush, Cooper Rush, Cooper Rush. I didn't read the chat. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. You're all over it.
Sometimes you have to hit Tim on his forehead to get him.
You guys are all over it. Everybody's Cooper Rush, Cooper Rush, Cooper Rush. You guys are way smarter than me. What do I need? What am I here for?
Well, that's not setting the bar very high.
I said it first. Yes, all
Good
over.
call.
Well, you guys We're awesome. And thank you guys so much for being in the chat. A lot of viewers tonight. Season is at full swing. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I'll be back in
let's go 2-0.
Yes.
2-0. That's the next goal.
2-0. So, yes, I will be back in 45 minutes to go live with Detroit on the Prowl. I think that's what they're called. But it should be fun. Hanging out with the enemy again. See what their thoughts are. What they
should
got
go
going
with
on.
They should go with the pride of Detroit. That's my catchphrase.
Oh, Abby's a boy. Wait. My profile's a girl. No. Okay. Well, cool. Well, I'm sorry I misgendered you. I apologize. But anyway,
we saw a picture. We went with what we saw.
I mean, your name is Abby, and it's a picture. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm incapable of looking through. No, it's all fun. Thanks for stopping by, Seth. Ooh, Seth says 28-21 Washington, giving us some love as we gave his Bears some love. Michael Starkey says 35-20. I like that. Anthony says 35-21. I like that too. I like all of you guys' predictions. Awesome. But it's fine. It's fine. I know.
All right. I'm predicting this. I'm going to predict that Carson Wentz is going to do a back-to-back 4-touchdown passing game.
I love it.
And then we get to look at when's the last time
the
that
only
happened.
thing is, I hate to be a raid on your parade, but you definitely only predicted 23-16. So how is he getting 4 touchdowns?
No extra points.
Oh, that's too funny.
I'm such a homer.
Even that would be 24.
Yeah, but I'd be right there. Look, if it was 24-16, we come back next week, you'd be going, man, you nailed it.
24-16, yeah. You know what? I'll let you amend to 24-16. But it has to be 4 touchdowns and no extra points. Oh, that's too funny. I love that. All right, sweet. Well, thank you guys, and I'll be back in a bit, so you guys hang out there too. But appreciate you guys, and until next time.